Hello, my beautiful friends, and welcome to Alien Protocols. This is some of the results from a remote viewing about the interior of a craft and its propulsion system, and it got me to thinking about a few things. There is something called the Janalinga, and it is a temple. At the center is this device, and I'll try and find you a picture on that little tablet while we're chatting. And the temple that it's in has a wonderfully saucer-like shape, and, not too surprisingly, a little kind of dot thing on the top, a little mini extra dome. Now, if I'm lucky, I'll be able to show you a really cool picture of the temple. But there are very important aspects of it. There's two things. Okay, well here's kind of a picture of the interior, right there. Okay. Now I'll show you what the shape, the whole shape of the. Oh, dagnabbit. Where are we? Okay. Let's go backwards. That was cool. Well, there's two aspects. There's the linga, which is in the center, and the yoni, and you can tell that they have a certain phallic kind of nature, I guess one could say. And it's kind of interesting when you think about the fact that we have the tic tac and the saucer. Of course, they're both very aerodynamic craft, and of course that's fascinating. But it's interesting too. There it is there in the center. When you really think about it, it seems like an extraordinary coincidence. Now, of course, there's limited shapes in our universe, limited basic shapes. And the fact that they just happen to be coincidental is not, a impossible coincidence statistically, but it really is fascinating. And I have done several drawings and remote viewings that have had this same type of engine. And I don't think it's a coincidence. Oh, here's a lovely picture of how the temple's supposed to be here. Okay, hopefully it'll open up for me. Oh, here we go. Here's quite a few of them. Now, isn't that interesting? Very, very interesting, right, my friends? Oops, sorry. Oh, the image quality there. But what makes it particularly interesting to me, too, is where's the other picture here? Oh, there it is. Check out the dome, right? So I don't think it's just coincidence. I think there's something interesting in here. Or maybe it's just aerodynamics. But when you think about it, a lot of the UFOs really don't have to worry about aerodynamics because it appears to be they are altering the space-time metric. Perhaps they want to be able to travel at very high speeds, but less than what would be disturbed by physics. But that really doesn't, that the shape would disturb that ability to travel at very fast speeds, but not necessarily time warping speeds, space-time warping speeds. But I just thought this was interesting, this little coincidence. And if you guys think the tradition of this temple and its design and purpose and everything, which is 2500 BCE is the origins of this the whole concept of the temple and how they work. And these are a series of temples that all revolve around this center point and this giant stone in the center, usually. And the meaning and the purpose of this stone and these temples is it's incorporating, and many of them have messages of welcome and love to all different religions on the inside. And it is supposed to be a place of higher consciousness and intellect. And it grants you energy, is what they say, essentially. And it also has within it the energies of all the chakras. And for those who have difficulty meditating, this is supposed to be a place where you can meditate and be very mindful, even if you're someone who has a great deal of difficulty doing so. Interestingly enough, also too, there are a tremendous amount of reports of people having missing time in these locations, in these temples. And the missing time can be like, oh, I thought I meditated for 10 minutes. And it was a very vivid, lucid meditation, not like falling asleep. And they'd find that several hours had passed, to their astonishment. People would go in and come out, and some said that they had exited these temples before they entered it. Now try to wrap your cabeza around that. That could be indicative of warping space-time, in their minds. There could be a whole variety of reasons for that. But it's fascinating. We know that UFOs alter the space-time metric, and we know the faster you go towards the speed of light, the more your clock slows in comparison to your origin point. So, in the UFO analogy of the temple, time alterations is very possible, but to exit before you enter is really a fascinating notion. Anyway, my beautiful friends, what do you think about this? I would love to hear your thoughts.